Everyone, I'm Shalima, your English coach. I want to ask you one thing, guys. Do you really want to improve your English speaking from beginner to advanced level? If yes, then this video is just for you guys. Today, you will practice 500 powerful sentences divided into 5 levels. Level 1, A1 for beginners. Very simple sentences for absolute beginner. Level 2, that is A2 elementary, short sentences for everyday situations. Level 3, B1, that is called intermediate, natural phrases for conversations. And level 4, B2, that is upper intermediate, longer sentences for expressing ideas. And level 5, C1 advanced, that is complex sentences for fluent expression. You will hear each sentences twice. Then you will repeat it twice. Do not translate, just listen, repeat and improve. If you wish, you can write somewhere in your diary, in your register, in your journal, so that you can repeat again and again, you can revise again and again, so that it will memorize, it will fix in your brain, and once you try to speak in front of anyone, you will automatically speak. Okay, so let's begin. This is for level 1, A1 for absolute beginners. Okay, these are very simple sentences. This starts from greetings and introduction, that is hello, hello, hi, hi, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good evening. What is your name? What's your name? My name is Shalima. My name is Shalima. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Now let's talk about basic needs. I am hungry. I am hungry. I am thirsty. I am tired. I am tired. I am happy. I am happy. I am sad. I am sad. I need water. I need water. I need help. I need help. I need a doctor. I need a doctor. Let's talk about simple actions. I eat an apple. I eat an apple. I drink coffee. I drink coffee. I go to work. I go to work. You just repeat after me, guys. I come home. I come home. I watch TV. I watch TV. I read book. I sleep at night. Now simple questions. What is this? What is this? Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? How much is this? How much is this? What time is it? What time is it? How are you? How are you? Where do you live? Where do you live? Who is that? Who is that? Why are you late? Why are you late? Now, level 1 complete. Okay? Level 2, that is called elementary. So here we are gonna learn short everyday sentences. Okay? This is for daily routine. I wake up at 7 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth before breakfast. I brush my teeth before breakfast. I take the bus to work. I take the bus to work. I eat lunch at noon. I eat lunch at noon. I finish work at 5 p.m. I finish work at 5 p.m. I cook dinner in the evening. I cook dinner in the evening. I go to bed at 11 p.m. I go to bed at 11 p.m. I sleep for 8 hours every night. I sleep for 8 hours every night. Family and friends, okay? I have brother and one sister. I have one brother and one sister. My mother is homemaker. My mother is homemaker. I live with my parents. I live with my parents. I have a best friend. I have a best friend. We met every weekend. We met every weekend. I called my grandfather every Sunday. I call my grandfather every Sunday. I love my family very much. I love my family very much. Now, let's talk about shopping and money. How much does this shirt cost? How much does this shirt cost? It cost 500 rupees. It cost 500 rupees. I would like to buy this. I would like to buy this. Do you accept credit card? Do you accept credit card? I have only cash. I have only cash. This is too expensive for me. This is too expensive for me. Now, weather and seasons. It is sunny today. It is sunny today. It is raining outside. It is raining outside. It is very cold in winter. It is very cold in winter. Summer is my favorite season. Summer is my favorite season. I like spring because the flower bloom. I like spring because of the flower bloom. Autumn leaves are beautiful. Autumn leaves are beautiful. What is the weather like today? What is the weather like today? Where is the nearest train station? Where is the nearest train station? Go straight for 2 blocks. Go straight for 2 blocks. Turn left at the traffic light. Turn left at the traffic light. The hotel is next to the bank. The hotel is next to the bank. How long does it take to get there? How long does it take to get there? It takes about 10 minutes by car. It takes about 10 minutes by car. Can you show me on the map? Can you show me on the map? Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help. That was the level 2 A2 that we have already completed. Now here we are going on level 3, that is B1 intermediate. Natural conversational phrases talking about work. I work as a marketing assistant for a small company. I work as a marketing assistant for a small company. My daily responsibilities include managing social media. My daily responsibilities include managing social media. I enjoy my job because it is creative and challenging. I enjoy my job because it is creative and challenging. Sometimes I have to work overtime to meet deadlines. Sometimes I have to work overtime to meet deadlines. My colleagues are supportive and friendly. My colleagues are supportive and friendly. I am hoping to get a promotion next year. I am hoping to get a promotion next year. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? That sounds like an interesting career. That sounds like an interesting career. Making plans. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Do you have any plans for the weekend? I am thinking of going to the beach on Saturday. I am thinking of going to the beach on Saturday. Would you like to join me? Would you like to join me? Guys, are you repeating after me? If yes, that's great. Next, that sounds like a great idea. That sounds like a great idea. What time should we meet? What time should we meet? Let's meet at 10 a.m. in front of the station. Let's meet at the 10 a.m. in front of the station. I will bring some snacks and drinks. I am really looking forward to it. I am really looking forward to it. Now here we are going to learn expressing opinions. In my opinion, exercise is essential for good health. In my opinion, exercise is essential for good health. I believe that everyone should learn a second language. Guys, repeat after me. I believe that everyone should learn a second language. To be honest, I don't like horror movies. Repeat after me, guys. To be honest, I don't like horror movies. I think you are right about that. I think you are right about that. From my perspective, we need a better solution. For my perspective, we need a better solution. Repeat after me, guys. I agree with you up to a point. I agree with you up to a point. I see what you mean, but I feel differently. I see what you mean, but I feel differently. That's a valid point. I hadn't considered that. That's a valid point. I hadn't considered that. Now here we are going to describing experiences. I have visited France twice and I loved it. I have visited France twice and I loved it. The food and culture were absolutely amazing. The food and culture were absolutely amazing. I once tried learning to play the guitar, but I gave up. I once tried learning to play the guitar, but I gave up. It was harder than I expected. It was harder than I expected. Last year, I ran a half marathon for charity. Last year, I ran a half marathon for charity. It was exhausting, but very rewarding. Have you ever had a similar experience? I would love to hear your story, guys. I would love to hear your story. Giving advice. Now here we are going to learn few sentences related to giving advice. You should try to practice English every day. You should try to practice English every day. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It helps to watch movies with English subtitles. It helps to watch movies with English subtitles. Why don't you join a language exchange group? Why don't you join a language exchange group? If I were you, I would set small daily goals. If I were you, I would set small daily goals. The most important thing is to be consistent. Repeat after me, guys. The most important thing is to be consistent. Remember to celebrate your progress. Remember to celebrate your progress. You are doing better than you think. Repeat after me, guys. You are doing better than you think. Now here we have completed level 3. Now here we are going to talk about level 4, that is B2 Intermediate, longer sentences and ideas expressing feelings and emotions. So here, I felt overwhelmed by all the responsibilities at work. Repeat after me, guys. I felt overwhelmed by all the responsibilities at work. Despite the challenges, I remained optimistic about the outcome. Despite the challenges, I remained optimistic about the outcome. She was disappointed when the event was cancelled. She was disappointed when the event was cancelled. I am genuinely excited about the opportunities ahead. I am genuinely excited about the opportunities ahead. Sometimes I feel anxious for no apparent reason. Sometimes I feel anxious for no apparent reason. Talking to a close friend always helps me feel better. Talking to a close friend always helps me feel better. I was thrilled to hear that you got the job. I was thrilled to hear that you got the job. It is perfectly normal to feel nervous before a big presentation. Repeat after me, guys. It is perfectly normal to feel nervous before a big presentation. Telling a story. Okay, something interesting happened to me on my way to work. It was waiting for the bus when I saw a familiar face. I was waiting for the bus when I saw a familiar face. It turned out to be an old friend from university. It turned out to be an old friend from university. We had not spoken in over 5 years. We hadn't spoken in over 5 years. We ended up grabbing coffee and catching up for an hour. We ended up grabbing coffee and catching up for an hour. We ended up grabbing coffee and catching up for an hour. She told me about her new job in London. She told me about her new job in London. I was so happy to reconnect with her. I was so happy to reconnect with her. It just goes to show that the world is a small place. It just goes to show that the world is a small place. Now here we are going to discuss hypothetical situations. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. What would you do if you had a month of free time? What would you do if you had a month of free time? If I could speak 3 languages fluently, I would become a translator. If I could speak 3 languages fluently, I would become a translator. Suppose you had the chance to meet any historical figure, who would it be? Suppose you had a chance to meet any historical figure, who would it be? Repeat after me, guys. If I were the manager, I would implement flexible working hours. If I were the manager, I would implement flexible working hours. Are you repeating? That's great. Now imagine if we could eliminate plastic waste completely. Imagine if we could eliminate plastic waste completely. Had I known about the traffic, I would have left earlier. Had I known about the traffic, I would have left earlier. It would be wonderful if everyone showed more kindness. It would be wonderful if everyone showed more kindness. One downside of city living is the high cost of housing. One downside of the city living is the high cost of housing. Nevertheless, the cultural opportunities make it worthwhile. Nevertheless, the cultural opportunities make it worthwhile. We need to weigh the benefits against the potential risk. We need to weigh the benefit against the potential risk. All things considered, I think it is a positive change. All things considered, I think it is a positive change. To be open to trying a different method? Let's look at the facts before jumping to conclusion. Let's look at the facts before jumping to conclusion. I urge you to take this opportunity seriously. Repeat after me, guys. I urge you to take this opportunity seriously. Next, together we can make a real difference. Repeat after me, guys. Together we can make a real difference. Now guys, we have completed level 4 B2, right? Now level 5, that is C1 advanced, complex and fluent expressions. Okay? So, articulating nuanced opinions. While I appreciate your perspective, I tend to lean toward the opposite view. While I appreciate your perspective, I tend to lean towards the opposite view. It's not that I disagree entirely, but I see some fundamental flaws. It is not that I disagree entirely, but I see some fundamental flaws. Next, what we need is a more holistic approach that considers all stakeholders. What we need is more holistic approach that considers all stakeholders. From my standpoint, the long-term implication outweighed short-term gains. From my standpoint, the long-term implications outweighed short-term gains. I concede that there are valid points on both sides of the arguments. I concede that there are valid points on both sides of the argument. Next, it would be unwise to ignore the lesson of past experiences. It would be unwise to ignore the lesson of past experiences. Next, ultimately, the decision must align with our core values. Repeat after me, guys. Ultimately, the decision must align with our core values. So guys, we have completed level 5, that is C1. Yes, we have completed. So here, congratulations first of all. You have completed all the 5 levels from A1 beginner to C1 advanced. You have practiced 500 plus sentences that will dramatically improve your speaking skills. Now here is your mission, guys. Practice these sentences every day. Start with level 1 and work your way up. React each level until it feels easy. Then move to the next level. If this video helped you guys, give it a like. Subscribe for more shadowing practice. Subscribe for more tips. Okay, share it with a friend who wants to improve their English. And you do one thing, write in the comments which level was the most challenging for you guys. I read every comment. All right, keep practicing, keep improving, and keep believing in yourself. So I'll see you in the next video. So this is Shalima signing off. Take care and speak English with confidence. All the best.